And so we ran a contest in the training command, which encompasses a number of bases and quite a big population, and with a monetary payment and the pride of having come up with a name. And boy, the names started coming in. Sky Dancers, Navy Blue Lancers, but we didn't get a name that we liked. I remember sitting in the room there with my number 2 man, Morris Wickendahl, Wick Wickendahl, and he was going through the New Yorker magazine, goings on about town in the front part of it, and it lists the night spots and entertainment and the dining spots, and he says, "Boss, I've got it. I said, "What is it?" "Blue Angel." He says, "Here's a Blue Angel nightclub." And it was absolutely, hands down, that's it.
The only time the Blues disbanded was during the Korean War, when the Navy found itself short of qualified combat pilots. So the team was taken and established as the nucleus for a new jet fighter squadron, VF-191, Satan's Kittens. This squadron would go on to be one of the most effective and highly decorated over the Korean Peninsula. After the war, the Blue Angels were reactivated, by this time enlisting both bachelors and married pilots, and you'll never guess who got the call.
So I was called back to lead the team again in jets, and that was Admiral Bringle saying, Butch, we're working on the formation of the team, and we think you should do it for us. Do it again. I shook hands with Admiral Bringle and said, I'll do it, sir. For our time, it was the best there was, and for their time, it is the best that there is. And I would suggest that 10 years from now, it's going to be the best for that period of time in the future. You feel a tremendous sense of pride. This is my family. You get older, you say, this is the family that I started anyway, and it's there. I guess it's just a normal feeling. I'm so proud of it.
I can see why he was so successful with implementing the team and then setting a good foundation for years to come.
You're the father of the team, so to speak.
Yeah, that guy's got such a gleam in his eye. Even now, you can see how inspirational he is. I hang on every word he says. He's just an awesome guy.
The Blue Angels are famous for their precision flying and blazing speed. Everyone who sees the show watches the maneuvers in awe. What they don't see is the way it works. During the demonstration, the team will fly in 2 elements. The Diamond, which is composed of jets 1 through 4, and the Solos, jets 5 and 6. In the Diamond, the number 1 jet is the flight lead. Numbers 2 and 3, the right and left wingman, and the number 4 jet flies in the slot position. Jets 5 and 6 are referred to as the lead and opposing solos, respectively. When all 6 jets come together, they become the Delta formation. The traditional Blue Angel diamond formation is designed to demonstrate the graceful, extremely close formation flying that they have become famous for.
When we're flying in the Diamond, we all serve to check and balance each other in some respect, although my primary check and balance is the slot pilot, the number 4 guy. He's looking through me at the upcoming ground, if it's a vertical maneuver, or at checkpoints, and he also sees the 2 wingmen, the number 2 and number 3 guy on my right and left side, and he can tell when they're in position or possibly out of position. He's kind of the check and balance for the formation. He's the training officer of the Diamond formation.
With Larry and Doug and Boss and myself, it's fun to sit back in the back at the slot and watch those guys fly, and I know what they're going to do every time.
The left wingman in the Diamond's main concern is to balance the formation. The right wingman, number 2, will set the formation distance, depth, and design is to put the maneuvers where they belong and fly the profile. Every maneuver has a profile. Fly that profile as consistently as possible. So we practice it until we get it where we want the profile to be, and then it's incumbent upon me to fly that profile the same way every time, or pretty close, never the same way, but as close as I can get it. And what that does is it gives the wingman and the slot pilot expectations. So they know what's going to happen each second, and that allows them to stay very nice and tight and close in the formation.
What we put out is about 36 inches, which is a little bit closer than if you already your head when you're sitting down. Usually, so you tuck it in pretty tight. What that 36 inches is from your canopy to the other guy's wingtip above your head. In fact, when we're in formation flying around, the air off our airplane actually pushes the bosses or number one airplane around a little bit. Everything is preceded with a voice call. If I say coming right, they know that on the R and right that the controls are going to start to move. So they know that they will start moving their airplane when they hear the command. They won't wait till they see my airplane move. If they wait till they see the airplane move, then you get a ripple effect. But if they move their airplane on my verbal command, on my cadence, it's actually not on the R itself, it's on a cadence coming right movement. So they know that the airplane is going to move, and they can start moving their airplane before they actually see it. And that's what makes the formation look like a single unit, all move together.
The Solos, Jets 5 and 6, demonstrate the high energy, maximum performance capabilities of the F-18 Hornet.
The key to this Solo program is to have that bond.
And it's a completely different type of flying than what the Diamond does.
The way we fly, the closeness and the close rate, we fly at, we're going a mile every 9 seconds. Our close rate of a mile every 4.5 seconds. That's almost 1,000 miles per hour. Things happen very rapidly.
We have a way to do the maneuvers. However, to perfect the maneuver and have a really good one, it's just something between the two guys that has to click. And there's no way you can train to that. It just happens.
And that builds that closeness to where he knows what I'm thinking, I know what he's thinking. In fact, sometimes we're maneuvering the jets and we don't even need to talk. We know what the other guy's going to do with the airplane, and that's important.
The closest the Solos get comes during a maneuver called the knife edge, where they can pass as close as 25 feet from each other.
Have that kind of bond, there's no way you'd ever be able to have any kind of program at all. When we do opposing maneuvers, we'll both roll, say, opposing 4.4. We're rolling the airplane and stopping at each 90 degrees. Well, each one of those 90 degrees of roll, we have to stop exactly at the same time and then roll into the next one, based on a call over the radio.
And as my opposer, we can approach each other at 1,000 mile per hour closer within a wingspan. He goes by so close sometimes that I feel a thump when the airflow changes, and you can hear the engines go by. Yet, because of the contract and the trust and the bond that we have, it's not dangerous. It's just unforgiving. There's no small mistakes up there.
The most difficult maneuver, I think, for the Solos would be our tuck-over roll. We'll start right of the crowd. John and I would be in real close formation. Inverted at about 100 to 150 feet off the ground, traveling about 450 miles an hour. Just prior to the center of the crowd, John would make a call. He'd say, ready, hit it. And we'd both start a left-hand roll, maximum stick deflection roll, and to roll out with a little bit of a climb. But during this roll, we never see each other. So we're real close, and we're flying.